All right, so we do have an update from the Department of Transportation specifically on the process of rescheduling of cannabis marijuana to Schedule 3 and how potentially it may or may not affect testing. So this video is specifically going out to all safety sensitive employees, basically individuals who the federal government deems must have the standard 5-panel drug test. So we're talking about CDL drivers, pilots, railroad engineers, etc. So I'm getting this information directly from marijuanamoment.net. I want to go through the quotes because we've actually got information. Again, we're not speculating here. We're getting information directly from the Department of Transportation, and their rationale here, once I get to that, is pretty interesting. So again, marijuanamoment.net, and the title of the article is Truckers and Pilots Still Can't Use Medical Marijuana Even Though Trump Reclassified It, the Transportation Department says. And this isn't groundbreaking news here. We weren't expecting the Department of Transportation to just do a 180 and say we're completely taking marijuana, cannabis, THC off of the drug testing for safety sensitive employees. But the rationale here, the rationale that they're using is interesting. It's a different way of going about rationalizing the continued testing for cannabis. So let's get into the article. I've highlighted again what I feel are the important bits. The Transportation Department was quoted as stating marijuana use is not compatible with safety sensitive functions, period, point blank. You can't use marijuana if you are a safety sensitive employee. They go on further to state that the medical review officers, the MROs, who receive drug test results indicating cannabis consumption cannot deem them to be a negative for an illegal substance use, even when an employee says that it was the result of state licensed medical marijuana. That's from the DOT. That's the DOT's guidance. So basically, for a lot of situations that you test positive for, so if you test positive for amphetamines or you test positive for cocaine, there are prescription drugs that can cause these what are called false positives. You might not be using cocaine, you might not be using meth, but still might test positive, and it looks like you may be using an illegal substance. When that happens, if you have a valid prescription, you can submit that, and the medical review officer can then look at the prescription, look at how you tested positive, make sure that it seems like you are taking the medication correctly, and if so, then he or she will deem it a negative result, that you actually did not test positive. What they're saying here is even if you're getting your cannabis legally from a state licensed dispensary, the MRO still cannot change the results to a negative result. So they can't use the same rationale that they do potentially with other drugs. Now here, again, is why they are doing this. And I alluded, or why they are saying that they are going to continue to test and that the MRO cannot change the result. And I alluded to this on a previous video where I discussed the fact that it's going to be very difficult until we have some really solid research to know what an actual therapeutic dose is. How do you know that you're taking it based on the prescription, and then when you tested positive, that the amount that you're using or the length of time that you are testing positive for or whatever, how do we know that that's based on you using it legally or illegally? Because marijuana is still going to be something, at least if it's Schedule 3, that you will need a prescription for. But again, people can still just buy it off the streets and use it. So how do we know that you're using it legally versus illegally? That was a point that I brought up in an earlier video, and their rationale here for continuing to test and not allowing MROs to change the results kind of goes a little deeper with this topic specifically. So again, quote, currently, there is no instance where the MRO could verify a laboratory-confirmed marijuana-positive drug test as negative when an employee claims the positive was caused by state licensed medical or state licensed marijuana product, the Department of Transportation said, explaining that even after rescheduling, so and marijuana from state licensed dispensaries is right now a Schedule 3 substance. What's going to happen is it's eventually going to be nationally a Schedule 3 substance. Right now, only from state licensed dispensaries is it a Schedule 3 substance. So even after rescheduling, medical marijuana dispensed in accordance with state law, quote, does not constitute a drug that has been approved by the FDA, by the Food and Drug Administration. And this is the critical point here. Without FDA approval for a controlled substance, it cannot be prescribed per the DOT. A legitimate medical explanation requires use of a legally prescribed controlled substance in compliance with federal laws governing such a prescription. So basically, again, what they are saying is that until basically drug companies get in there, start doing research on cannabis, marijuana, and actually create products out of cannabis, THC, marijuana that can be used, and then we can measure how much an individual that's using it therapeutically or correctly, when they test positive on a drug test, it correlates, and it makes sense that you used it correctly and you tested positive by this much. Only then, potentially, possibly, they're not even saying it's a possibility, but they're saying that without that bit of information, they are not going to allow MROs to be able to change the result. So it's got to go through this FDA approval process. So that is going to take a significant amount of time. Hopefully the research, because it is just became a Schedule 3 substance, again, through state licensed dispensaries, some research is starting to happen, but we're talking at least a year before any clinical research that with human trials where we actually have this information and an actual product that can be administered to patients. But until that time, until the time where the research is conducted, a product is produced, a THC product is produced, again, controlled by pharmaceutical companies, and we have evidence, and it clears the FDA and it becomes an FDA approved drug, and we have evidence of how it's used and what happens in the testing. Until then, it is still going to be tested for per the Department of Transportation. So just getting it completely even rescheduled to a Schedule 3 substance is not enough for the Department of Transportation. This extra step of actually creating a product out of marijuana, because pharmaceutical companies can't patent a plant. They can't patent the cannabis plant, but what they can patent is a product they make from the cannabis plant, a THC product. That is what the FDA will approve. That will be the drug. So the Department of Transportation is kind of saying that they're getting in bed with the pharmaceutical companies. Again, I've made a real quick video in the past about how this rescheduling process really sets up the potential for the pharmaceuticals really to take over the marijuana industry. We will see what happens in the future, but I wanted to make this update video as I continue to make update videos as this rescheduling process continues to unfold, because I'm particularly interested, and I think most of my audience is particularly interested in the testing process. So stay subscribed here. Make sure you like this video, share it with other potential drivers that may want this information as well. And until next time, everybody, stay safe.